evening, and welcome to our exclusive investigation. Since their introduction, social network sites such as Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn have attracted millions of users, many of whom have integrated these sites into their daily practices. The term social networking refers to any website that enables users to create public profiles within that website and form relationships with other users of that website who access their profile. Increasingly, we are seeing a shift away from personal use and into the corporate domain. Organizations are beginning to use social network sites for recruiting, the process of identifying and encouraging prospective employees to apply for jobs, and selection, the process of picking up the right candidates from a pool of applicants. For so many of us, social media dominates the way we interact and infiltrates all aspects of our daily life. However, despite the benefits of using this in a corporate environment, many organizations are reluctant to develop strategies and allocate resources to engage effectively with social networking sites. In this 10 minutes exclusive investigation, we have sent a graduate to give us the inside story on what it is like to experience these practices firsthand. But first, we will interview the experts to find out the best strategies and practices to engage with social media.
As it's not the most conventional method, using social media can really limit your pool of talent because although popular, it's not universal or wholly widespread. A recent study also reveals that there still persists an unwillingness to complete or update profiles, suggesting that social networking sites are not yet ready to replace traditional application methods and CVs. Also, the initial setup may be rather costly. There needs to be careful consideration and planning to ensure that your company is adequately resourced to handle this entirely new method. Navigating your company's presence online can be difficult, as the internet can be culture specific and the wrong moves can disproportionately affect your company's image. And perhaps the most significant issue is the matter of privacy. Using social networking sites as a recruitment tool opens your company up to numerous legal liabilities. Access to personal information can bias employers, whether intentional or not, and can lead to unfair discrimination. There is also the issue of confidentiality and data storage of private information, both of which are also significant legal liabilities.
I believe that if done the right way, using social media in recruitment can be beneficial to companies recruiting new employees. Research has shown that social media can be a time and cost-effective way to recruit employees, as it requires less resources than the traditional methods. Recently, a survey conducted by JobBite.com stated that 33% of organizations said that their time to hire had been optimized through social media, and an additional 49% said that they have been able to reach a larger audience, resulting in a higher quality of candidates. It's been reported that some organizations have saved over $500,000 on recruitment costs simply by hiring candidates from LinkedIn. According to recent research, there is a high level of referral or electronic word of mouth on social networking sites. This means that if a potential candidate misses out on viewing the original post, a friend, colleague, or relative is likely to pass this information on to someone they know that can fit the job. Reports have also shown that recruiters are finding job boards such as Seek.com and Career1 are attracting more and more unqualified applicants because of the ease of searching and applying. Through social media, however, recruiters are able to source top talent in a more targeted and efficient way. My main recommendations would be that businesses continue to adapt and change with advances in technology. Using social media can really give companies a competitive edge when recruiting employees, especially when targeting the new younger generation of graduates.
So thanks for joining us, Michael.
No worries.
So tell me, how was it for you to apply via social media?
I found it an incredibly easy experience, basically because I didn't even have to leave my own bedroom. I find applying for jobs these days is a very daunting and intimidating experience, and just being able to look up a job up online and actually have that information in front of you of what they want, what attributes they want from the applicants, and what you need to do to apply, just made it a very overall easy experience.
A recent survey has shown that about 95% of employers were likely to look at a candidate's social profile along with their professional profile. So do you think that employers have the right to view your social profile when making judgments about your workability?
I don't think they have the right to view my private social profile or stalk me on Facebook, for instance, to gain information. I think that's private and that has not really got much to do with them. It's not really much of their business. I believe that sites like LinkedIn were created for that purpose of uploading and viewing certain information, and they're more appropriate sites to be looking at. instead of just a social private profile.
So do you take into account the fact that employers could be watching your profile when you...
I never previously had before. To be honest, before this experience, I actually wasn't aware how easily they could access my information. Additionally, being young, it hasn't always been at the forefront of my mind every time I posted a picture or a message that in the future could be used for this means. But now that I'm aware of it and I'm trying to step into a more professional world and trying to improve my career, I definitely am mindful of what I post online and making sure that I don't post anything that could be used for the wrong means.
I think at this stage it is quite hard to tell. There are definitely huge benefits that we associate with using social media in the recruitment process. The main ones being that it is so time and cost effective, but also that it allows us to tap into that electronic word of mouth. So people are passing it on and sharing it with their friends. So that is really valuable. At the same time, it's important to us to keep that process really tightly controlled, because obviously we do need to justify the decisions we make, and we do have access to information that we ordinarily wouldn't see if social media wasn't involved in that process. You know, I really think that the costs are worth it. It is important to us that the strategies that we have in place are legally defensible, and so investing the time and money into ensuring that those practices can be based on the best evidence available seems like an appropriate way to go about it. I do know of other companies that haven't done that and have left themselves open to huge problems down the track when they weren't able to justify the decisions that they've made. So I think that it's really valuable. We don't want to be put in that position.
So as a whole, how do you find the experience of using social media?
I highly rate the process. I think it's very easy for me to apply, and I was successful in getting the position, so I'd definitely use it again.
As far as selection is concerned, I think that social media is a new and evolving technology, and so there isn't a lot of evidence to support it at this stage. As well as that, the selection process does require a greater specificity that I don't think social media can offer. So at this stage, I would tend not to use it for a selection and stick to the recruitment process.
I think using social networking sites for the singular purposes of selection is risky. There lacks evidence to support its use when it comes to selection and screening. Social networking sites provide a lot of information that can be considered as noise. That is, there is often personal but extraneous information that affects the decision process. For example, research has shown that negative information about a candidate obtained online was disproportionately rated as more important than positive information. Another study showed that factors such as sexual orientation, physical attractiveness, and smoking status can bias employers' views on a candidate, even though these factors should not play a role in the decision, as it is irrelevant to a candidate's performance. This effectively renders the use of social networking sites prone to being unethical and therefore a legal liability. Its misuse can lead to hefty legal ramifications, which can make the use of social networking sites more costly than cost-effective. My advice would be to stick to tried and true methods that have shown to be reliable and valid predictors of a candidate's performance and fit with a company, such as structured interviews and work sample tests.
Well, Slovensky and Marta recently presented some research that argues using social media in the selection process is a cost-effective manner to gather accurate information about the personality of the applicant and can be more reliable than a resume, as often they only highlight the positive characteristics of a candidate. Not only are personality characteristics available online, but social media has also been shown to contain information related to features such as writing skills, job experiences, and a variety of other KSAOs. A study by Klemper and Rosen has demonstrated that it is possible to differentiate between high and low scores on GPA and IQ by only evaluating social networking profiles, meaning that performance could be predicted based on social media. While I do believe that the evidence is there to support use of social networking sites in the selection process, it may be a little bit early to start incorporating it into the company's selection processes, just as there is still more research to be done in the area.
In summary, it is safe to say that social network sites are becoming more and more popular, and therefore it makes sense that we are seeing a shift away from the social to the corporate domain. Tonight, we have examined the benefits of using social network sites in the recruitment and selection process and taking multiple perspectives, those of the employer, the applicant, and the experts. According to the experts, social network sites are recommended in the recruitment process since they offer a time and cost-effective way for companies to communicate with a targeted audience and tap into the electronic word of mouth. Our experts have concluded that there is not enough evidence to support the use of social network sites in the selection process, but the potential is definitely there for the reliability and validity of these practices to be established in the future. However, we have to keep in mind that existing methods are still reliable and valid, therefore companies should not stop working with these just because there is a new method with social network sites. This was tonight 10-minute investigations. Thank you for watching.